So John, I'm curious why you selected the book Think and Grow Rich as the foundation for this methodology you've created.
Right. Well, when I turned 50, I just wasn't as successful as I thought I should be. And when you turn a decade birthday, whether it's 30 or 40 or 50 or 60, you get very reflective on your life.
Yeah.
And I would advise to be reflective every birthday.
Yeah.
But it's clear that I had a good life, but I didn't have an exceptional life. And my definition of the exceptional life, I mean, I hope this doesn't sound too materialistic, but
okay.
I'm okay with it. It's making 7 figures a year, but it's also having a great relationship, a romantic relationship, and it's being slim and trim. So that's the trifecta of the exceptional life for me, and I think it is for a lot of people if they really think about it.
Sure.
And so it was clear that I didn't have that, and something had to change, because I saw if I keep on doing what I've always been doing, hey, I'm going to get the same results. And when I turned 50, I'm like, you got to make it happen now. I mean, I could pass it off when I turned 40 that I didn't have to make it happen now.
Right.
But at 50, I had to make it happen now, and so I'm like puzzled as to, well, how do I do that? I mean, how do I do that? How do I change fundamentally how I'm doing life? And so, I knew at the moment it hit me. Find the top book in the world ever written on success and apply that book word for word to your life. And I'm like, wow, that is a great idea. And then I'm like, well, wait a minute. Maybe there's not one book that's clearly above all the rest. And this is what most people don't realize. Think and Grow Rich has sold 100 million copies worldwide, whereas the next best-selling book on success has sold less than 10 million. So it's the greatest selling book on success and achievement by a factor of 10. So I'm like, if anyone is not as successful as they think they should be or wants to be, wouldn't you think the most intelligent thing to do is go find the top book and apply it to your life? And that's what makes me proud of what you and I have created, because we're blessed to be recognized now as the top practical application in the world, or the top book in the world on success. Something that can impact a lot of people. And so, like, when I read the book, and this is the challenge you and I have talked about a lot, there's a ton of great books, but you read them and you go, well, how do I apply this in a practical way? And that's what I experienced at 50. But I'm like, well, I'm not going to go find another book. I'll probably run into the same issue. I better figure out the practical application myself. And fortunately, I didn't think that Think and Grow Rich was that hard to figure it out. But when I created it, I'm like, I'm going to make it simple. I'm going to make it really, really simple. And that, I think, is the power of it.
No, I think absolutely. And I think the difference is, so we read these books, but applying the principles of them. And that's what I love. So, and Think and Grow Rich is responsible for creating the most millionaires and billionaires.
Right.
I mean, it's the mega achievers.
Right.
A lot of their principles and what's taken them to that level are these principles in the book Think and Grow Rich.
Right.
So it's now, how do you build an application around that allows you to really live the principles of that book? And I love that that's what you've done with this.
Well, and it's funny, the book Think and Grow Rich was written in the 1930s, right? Well, over the last 20 years, there's been intense interest in what separates the mega achievers from everyone else. The Bill Gates, the Elon Musks, what makes them different than everybody else. And the research is amazingly simple. It's control of self and focus. exactly what our 12-minute-a-day technique applies. And that's exactly what the book Think and Grow Rich advocates. And it's funny that you know, back when it was written, the science wasn't as nearly as developed as it is today, but every word of Think and Grow Rich has been confirmed with behavioral science over the last 20 years.